talking about the reason why that boyfriend don't want to marry you. The reason why that guy you've been dating for so long don't want to marry you. Want to say something?
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching this video from. It's such a pleasure to talk to you guys today about a very important conversation. We are going to be talking about some of the reasons why your boyfriend said he can't marry you right now. This is a very important topic because there are many women in this situation right now. So please share the broadcast, share this video. We're going to be talking about several reasons why your boyfriend says, that he gives you. He said, I can't marry you because of this. And for some people today, this broadcast will answer some of your questions. And for some of you, you will need to give us a call after the broadcast is over to schedule a session. While we are on live, please feel free to send your questions, and I will try my best to answer them as much as I can. We will try our best to answer them. And this is not, this we may not get all detail in your situation because, of course, there are some things that we may not know.
And every situation is different.
And this is not a one size fit all kind of thing, because everybody has different situations. But I believe that there are a lot of women who are in this situation right now. Your boyfriend is saying, hey, I can't marry you because of this. I can't marry you right now because of this. And you are wondering, is this worth me sticking around? Is this worth me investing in this relationship? And please, like I said, share the broadcast before we get into it, because a lot of people need to benefit from this video. A lot of people today are going to be blessed. A lot of people are going to be delivered. So stay tuned. So we're gonna go right into the broadcast. The first reason is, as a man in this, I know that man gives a lot is, I can't marry you until I'm financially stable. We can't get married now until I'm financially stable. A lot of women are in this situation where their boyfriend or the person that they've been seeing for years, or it may be a year, it may be 2 years, it may be 5 years. For God's sake, for some people it could be 10 years. Your boyfriend said, I can't marry you until we're financially stable. So what do you think about that? What do you want to say to a woman listening to the broadcast if their boyfriend is saying that they can't marry them until they're financially stable?
Well, number one, what is financially stable? You got to ask that question, because even the millionaires, they're still looking for money. So you have to ask that boy, the guy you're dating, what is his definition of financially stable? Because do he want to be a millionaire before he get married to you? Do he want to just have money to just take care of family? So you as a girlfriend, you as a woman dating that guy that say he cannot marry you until he is financially stable, you have to ask him, like, what's his definition? What kind of money he want to get before he marry you? Do he want to be a millionaire? Did he just want to have like good job, stable job, just to take care of the family and you? So that's one of the questions I think as a girlfriend, as a fiancé, you should ask your boyfriend that told you that he cannot marry you until he's financially stable. What his definition?
So you're saying that you can't just live in the dark. You want to know. You want to ask specific questions as far as what does financial stable means to him.
To him, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, from a man's perspective, if a man is telling you that he can't marry you until you're financially stable, until he's financially stable, this is there are several ways to answer this, several ways to approach this conversation. For one, we know that, as a man, we see ourselves as providers. We see ourselves as protectors. We see ourselves as somebody who wants to be in a financial situation where you'll be able to not only take care of the woman, but you also want to be able to take care of the kids, because depending on the type of guy, his mindset, he's saying all this responsibility is going to be on me. So it's not a bad statement. But as a woman, one thing I would advise you is that you can't just, like she said, you can't just leave in the dark. You have to know what's the goals. You have to know what are his priorities. So for example, if a man asks you that statement, let's break this down from an age group.
Okay.
If you are between the ages of 18 and 24,
say 25.
Between the ages of 18 and 25, if a man say he can't marry you until he's financially stable, then the question is, how long have you guys been in a relationship? And not only that, what is this man's goal in life?
And what is he doing to get financially stable?
True. What's his purpose in life?
Yes.
Now, once you ask, you have to ask him. You have, at this point, I will hope, if you were his girlfriend or you guys been dating, fiance. No, not fiance. People, they probably haven't even got to that part yet. He hasn't proposed yet. Fiance. What is the requirement? What is you waiting for? So, for example, how long have you guys been dating? If you guys been dating for 2 or 3 years, 2 or 3 years in this relationship, and he's still giving you the same excuse, say he can't marry you until he's financially stable, what's the goal?
Well, one, as a woman, I would tell you, like, if you've been dating this guy for more than 5 years and he keep telling you I can't marry you until he's financially stable, and he works 40 hours, he have a stable job, and you as the girlfriend have a stable job, you have to rethink that relationship.
Well, I mean, I guess let's approach. I mean, from a man, so for you, from your standpoint, you saying if both of us are working, what's stopping us?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said the number one question you should ask this guy: what's his goal? What's his meaning? What's his definition of financially stable?
Okay.
Do he want to just have a good job, or he want to be a millionaire before he married you?
Well, well, the Bible said that. Let me just say this: two cannot work together except they agree.
True.
So let's break this down. If the man is saying he can't marry you until he's financially stable, ask him, what does that mean? Meaning that, are you saying that because you think that you're the only one going to be working when we get married? Is that why you're concerned about financially? You want to be financially stable? Are you concerned that once we get married, you will have to take care of the kids? And listen to him. And if that's his concern, then you as a woman also have to ask yourself, is what this man is making right now, the amount of money he's making right now, are you willing to get married to him and that money doesn't increase significantly? For example, if he's making, let's say, $18 an hour, $18 an hour, are you willing to stay married to this man for the next 10, 30 years lifetime with him making $18 an hour? The reason why I'm saying this is because today, when we all have jobs. Yeah. We know that if you are hardworking, it's possible for you to be hardworking and don't have significant amount of raise.
That's true.
So you have to ask yourself, am I willing to be with this man with $18 an hour? And if you are okay to be with him without significant amount of raise, then you can share with him and say, baby, I'm okay with you making $18 an hour. This is what I am bringing to the table. What do you think about that?
Okay. Don't forget to share the broadcast. Share it to your friends. We're live. We're talking about why can't this guy marry you? What are the reasons? So share the broadcast. So let me go with what you just said. As a woman, right? if this person, if they've been dating for 5, 6 years, guess what the lady know? She knows the guy financially status. Because for a woman to date you and still be with you for 5 years, he knows that if I'm not saying you're poor, but this is the amount this person make, and I'm willing to be in the relationship. That's why the lady is still in that relationship for 5 years. She didn't leave you, because as a woman, if the lady see that, okay, I don't want this guy is not making much money, she gonna leave. So for the fact that she is still in this relationship, she knows what you are making. She knows what you are capable of making, and she knows that we both together can make more.
Well, I mean, that's a good point, but also I see that point. You're saying that the woman is saying, "Hey, baby, I know how much money you make." That's if there's transparency in the relationship, which is a must. I would hope if you're trying to get married. But let's assume that she knows the amount of money he's making, and she's okay with that, and she wants to get married. Okay, so then at that point, then the man still has to be okay with the amount of money that he's making.
That's true.
I mean, because I'm going to play that man's role. I'm saying I can't get married to you right now because I know $18 an hour. That money can't take care of you and the kids. And also, hold on. And also, I'm saying when you get pregnant, you most likely not going to be able to go to work or might not want to go to work. Can this $18 an hour sustain all of us?
I'm like he said, he playing the man's role. I'm playing the woman role now here. I'm saying as a woman, this woman I've dated you for 5, 6, 7 years, right? This lady knows how much they pay you. Like he said, we just assuming you guys are open. You know how much they pay your boyfriend or your fiance, and the fiance know how much they pay you too. So this lady know that, okay, my boyfriend or my fiance makes $18 an hour. We're just assuming. But she is still willing to marry you, right? She's still in that relationship. I'm not going to say that, oh, the lady don't care. But she don't care. She just want to get married to you because she loves you. She's not seeing the money part of it. So she's saying now, you financially stable, it's not going to affect her. She's going to try her best for you guys to have roof over your head, food to eat, food for the kids to eat. She just want to be with you regardless of how much you make.
Okay. I mean, that's good. Before we move on from
Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast.
But let's go deeper. So one of the things then as a woman, what I would say is talk to that man about his reasons. Maybe the man is fearful that he's not going to be able to provide. That's one.
Okay.
Number two, maybe the man also doesn't think your lifestyle.
That's true.
Your lifestyle. Your lifestyle, the lifestyle that you're living in now as a woman, or the lifestyle that he's living now, he's not going to be able to maintain that once the kids come. Maybe the man is saying, man, it's just me and her right now. She's spending money. Look at the way these are the type of things that she likes. She likes nice stuff. I definitely can't afford this and kids at this moment. That's also a fit. And maybe you can see through that conversation, if you listen to the man, maybe that may come up.
That's true.
The lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because some people right now, depending on the ladies or the woman watching me, listening to me, you may be the type of person that likes to drive a new car.
That's true.
You may be the type of person that likes to live in a certain neighborhood. Because when you're single, you live in an expensive apartment. Imagine now when you have kids and you want to buy a house, you're gonna want a more expensive house. Well, that man is saying, I can't afford that. And once we get married, he's saying the responsibility on me. And I already know, depending on the type of woman, we're just assuming. The man may say, she's not going to go back to work when she has the kids. She may want to stay home. So he's thinking about all of those things.
That's true. That's true. That's one of the reasons, too, a guy can say that. Because of, maybe as a woman, you want to wear Michael calls back. He be like, hey, I cannot. So I understand that part of it. So too, as a wife or as a girlfriend, you know the guy financially status, and you really want to get married to this guy, and that's the one of the stuff that the guy is scared of. I think you have to reason with him and remember the season. Everything there's a season, you know. So okay, if you've been using your BMW, your this or that, and you really want to get married, maybe you have to like, okay, this season of my life, I need to stop buying new stuff, new name brand, and just focus on building a family.
Okay, so you're basically saying both parties have to work together financially.
Yeah, just like you
to
said,
cut the cost.
Yeah, you guys have to sit down and talk about it.
Okay, so now, all right, so let's assume that you guys have final, you are having this conversation. He says, baby, I can't marry you right now because my money is funny. Mm-hmm. I can't marry you right now because I don't think you want to live in this neighborhood. Basically, the amount of money I make, this is the type of area we will have to live in town. This is the type of, you may have to still work 40 hours. Mm-hmm. Your kids, you might still have to drop the kids off to daycare after you give birth to our children. Depending on the woman, based on how the man have explained it, she might not want to get married. But she's saying she was hoping that when she got married, no, I'm just saying, mm-hmm. she was hoping that when they get married, she was going to be a stay-at-home mom.
Well, so as a woman too, right? Don't get mad when the guy was like, I want to wait till I'm financially stable. So don't pressure the guy like, oh, babe, I want to get married now. Because you don't want to wait for your season. You don't want to wait or put some of the stuff aside. Like the stuff that you buy, the stuff that you do. Like if you go on vacation 2-3 times a year and you know you want to get married, you got to keep those vacation money.
Yeah, because not only that, the next fear is the man is saying, when we get married, if I don't make a lot of money, then when things begin to fall apart, you looking at me like, what happened? Fix it. You looking at me like, why we don't even have no money? You begin to point out his faults, his weakness. But you already knew how much money he was making in the first place. So these are all the fears that men have. Now,
so you take a mature person and somebody that really want to settle down. Because if you really want to settle down and you really mature, you're not going to be seeing those little problems. And if you know that in life there is season for everything, you're not gonna be pressuring that guy for certain things.
All right. Well, but basically now let's say this. Let's answer your questions. Share the broadcast and put down on the chat. Share your feedback. Some of the reasons why that men have given you of why you can't marry. And if you're a man watching this broadcast, share the reasons why you can't get married right now. Share what are the concerns in this topic that you have. Now, at the end of the day, ultimately, there are decisions to be made.
Of course.
If the woman, let's talk to the woman that's between 25 to 34. If the man is telling you that he can't marry you right now until he's financially stable, I believe you have several choices. Mm-hmm. Choice number one, this is not in order, but the first thing you can do is determine if the man is worth it. Mm-hmm. That's true. Meaning that, does this man's vision match my vision? Does the way this man treats me, is it worth me sticking around? For example, yes, based on what he's saying, matches up with his actions. He's working towards that. Number two option is, you have to ask yourself, why stick around when I need to get mad? I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm not willing to wait another 2 or 3 years because by the time he's going to be financially stable, it's not going to worth my time. And of course, the number 3 option is to talk to this person and see where you guys agree or disagree.
Well, as a woman, between the age of 18 to 25, let's say, and you seeing this guy, let's just say if this guy is in school, he's doing his master's or something, you understand, like, okay, he want to finish his school, and when he finish college, he might be financially stable. That age, I would say, hang there and wait. If you guys are in a committed relationship. But if you are in your 25 to 40, and this guy is not doing anything to like pursuing anything, he's not working on a business, he's not in school, you have to really sit down and think like, do I want to wait for this guy to be 100% financially stable? Because I believe no one is financially stable. Even Bill Gates is not financially stable because everybody is chasing after money. So like I said earlier, what is financially stable to that guy? What is he want to be a billionaire, billionaire? What did he want to do? Is he working on a business plan? Are you seeing the business progressing? Or he's just sitting down watching TV and dreaming that, oh, baby, when I'm financially stable, I'm gonna buy you this house and we'll get married. But he's not doing anything. Oh, baby, you know, when I have money or when I win that lottery, and he's not even playing the lottery. What are you waiting for?
Well, I mean, that's like I said. Basically, you want to make sure that the actions matches up. His actions matches up with his words.
Sure.
The next thing we would
share the broadcast.
The next thing was, I can't marry you until I finish school. You touched on that earlier. Mm-hmm. What do you say to a woman who he's dating a guy and he says that he's saying to her, I can't marry you until I finish school specifically, to stay on top of it.
So college, yeah. So as a woman dating a guy that said I can't marry you till I finish college, it depends on what stage you two in life. If you as the woman too, you still in school and you guys are still in school together, yeah, you can wait and finish your school because you don't want to get married and both of you guys in school, you start having kids and you studying, I'm studying, who gonna take care of the kid? So that one I can say, okay, wait till you guys finish together. But if you're in the age of 35 and 50 and this guy have finished his bachelor, his associate, his bachelor, and he have finished first masters, and he keep telling you, baby, I can marry you till I finish college, I want to have 3 more masters, or I want to have PhD, and you 35, as a woman, your biological clock is ticking. So you have to sit down too and ask yourself, is this guy worth waiting for till he finishes his 4 master's degree? Is this guy worth waiting for till he finishes PhD? So you as a woman, you have to sit down. Unless if you two as the girlfriend, you two pursuing PhD masters, well, you can wait and finish school together.
Well, as share the broadcast, like I said, as first of all, one thing I say is that nobody should feel pressure to get married. Mm-hmm. As men, we shouldn't be forced to get married. We shouldn't be forced to get married. We should get married. Nobody should feel pressured that he must marry. However, nobody should feel forced to get married.
Okay.
Then, however, as a woman, also, you shouldn't be forced to do things outside of the Bible. If you shouldn't be, we are assuming, we all know by based on God's standard, we are not supposed to be having sex. Mm-hmm. As I fall short in that part, had sex before marriage, and it's something I regretted. Now, as a woman, if he's telling you, I'm saying this and I'm very clear, no man should be forced to get married. Sure. Nobody should be under any pressure. Even a woman shouldn't be forced to get married because it's a decision. You want somebody to make, it's a decision that must be done willingly, not something that they must do out of pressure. Now, you don't have to get married because you have kids out of wedlock. You shouldn't feel pressure to get married. You shouldn't feel pressure to marry somebody just because you've been with them for 10 years. You shouldn't feel pressure to marry somebody just because that's who your family say you must marry. Okay. However, as a woman also, you shouldn't be providing benefits to somebody who you're not married to. Now, I felt like it was important for us to share that. Let's get back to the topic. He said he can't marry you until he finished college. Mm-hmm. And we are assuming at this point, if we're having this conversation, that the woman wants to get married.
Yes.
Or
they've been dating for long.
We're assuming that the woman wants to get married and they have been dating. Mm-hmm. Okay. What I will say is that, for one, what is this man goal? Is he just trying to finish bachelor's? Is he saying that he can't wait till he can't marry till he finishes master's? Mm-hmm. Is he saying he can't marry until he finishes PhD or get into medical school? What is his situation? So when you depend on the man's situation, if he says I can't marry till you, I finish my let's say a bachelor degree. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is this man passing his classes?
That's a big question. You should ask yourself.
Is he transparent with you? Do you know his grades? Do you talk about how he's doing in school? Or he can't even share that with you? If he can't share that with you, then how you gonna know his progress? If he's not passing and he has been failing while he's in college, hey, the man is right. At this point, he don't need a woman. He needs to focus on his books.
But guess what is you? Break up.
So then also number two, as a woman, it goes always back to the question, is this man worth the wait?
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's true.
And do you believe after he achieved his dream,
is he gonna marry you? Because you don't want to stay in a relationship waiting for him, being patient, like, okay, I love him, I want to take my time and wait till he finish his school. And after he finish, he tell you, we're not in the same level anymore. Because I've seen people like, okay, maybe the person, you wait for the person to finish his PhD, and then you have a bachelor, and then after that, he's like, well, I'm going to find somebody that have the same PhD level.
Type on while you're on the chat. Type your question. Type in the question that you have. Type the question, and we'll try our best to answer. Or you can send us a message. At the end of the day, you have to realize that a relationship is between two people, and both parties have to be on agreement on where you guys are going. If you feel like this is you as a woman, you want to get married, just because you want to get married doesn't mean that the man also should feel pressure to get married. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that means you have decisions to make if you don't agree with what the man is saying.
That's true.
But as we are going again, like I said, we have more. We're going to discuss just 3 topics today. The next topic, the 3 situations today, and we'll continue this broadcast another day. The next reason is that you guys live together, and he says, I can't marry you. What do you say to a woman who is currently living with a man? They're sharing things together. They're leaving the house. They probably have kids, and the man still say he can't marry because he's in school. He can't marry because he's not financially stable.
Well, let me talk first to the lady that just live with a guy in the house without no kid. Number one, I'm not judging no one, but as you guys are dating, I advise you not to stay home with that guy if that guy did not marry you. Because like they say, if he's having all the benefits of you acting, because you acting like a wife now in the house, cooking, cleaning, what's the rush for him to marry you? He's not going to be like, oh, I want to marry you. So number one, I don't know your situation. I don't know what's maybe financially what's going on, but if you can live by yourself, find your own place. Don't live with that guy if he don't marry you. That's number one thing. So if you're living with a guy, maybe just say something happened, you have to financially, you have to move in with him, and now you asking him to marry you and he don't want to marry you. I feel like you guys have to sit down and have a talk, especially if your name is on the lease, if it's an apartment, if it's an house, your name is there, your name is on the light bill. You have to sit down and have a discussion like, what are you guys doing? What are we doing? Is this relationship gonna lead to marriage? And if you see that he's giving excuses, especially now you guys are living together in the house, he might be saying, oh, I want you to change certain things. I want you to be cooking more. I don't see you cook the way maybe my mom cook. I don't see you clean the way I want you to clean. He giving you all those excuses. I think it's time for you to find your own place and date from a distance. That's my number one thing. Move away, get your own place, and date and see how things go first. Because if you guys are in the same house, he's very comfortable. He's having everything as a husband. Because one, if you guys stay together, I know you guys are checking. You cleaning for him. You cleaning behind him. You checking on him. You doing everything a wife's supposed to do. So he's not going to be in a hurry to marry you. So, go ahead.
Well, I mean, this is a very common situation. First of all, we all know that based on the Bible, it's sin. That's not God's design. If you're living together with somebody and you're not married, or if you're having sex with somebody and you're not married, we know it's sin. Or if you're married and you're cheating, we know it's sin. This is not to judge anybody. Just want to make sure that we get that clear.
Yes.
Now, your situation, if you're living together and you're not married, and you in that situation, you have to ask yourself, did you even require marriage? It sounds like as a woman in the beginning of the relationship, she probably didn't require getting married.
Well, that's why I said at first, maybe it's like I'm not judging. Maybe some people go through problems. Some people go through circumstances in life that they don't have where to go. So they don't have the choice. So some of them like, okay, I have to go stay with this guy for now. But some women get so comfortable because maybe at first you say, okay, let me just stay here till I get myself together. And yes, love happened. He start talking to you, oh baby, I love you. Can you imagine me and you together in the house? You start thinking now and you feel so comfortable now, don't want to move out anymore. And you start, maybe your family member or friends know that you guys are living together, and they start asking you, oh, you and Bob been in this house for so long? What is Bob doing? And you start pressuring him now, oh, I want to get married. And later on, he might say, we doing everything as a married couple. Why you want to get married?
Yeah, that's true. But then again, we know that may be the situation where the person was forced, but most because of life circumstances. But most of the time, people live together all the time and they're not having financial situation.
That's true.
We people do that all the time. So, I mean, at a point in time in the relationships, the woman may have not required marriage. That was not something that she required. She was going with the flow. I mean, a lot of women, even though they want to get married, when they meet men, they don't even voice that out. They don't say that they don't say that on the dating process. They don't say that year one. They just wait and see what the man decides to do. So, and then on top of that, they go in, then they stay together. So if you're living with somebody today, that conversations must happen.
Yes.
Whether you required marriage in the beginning of the relationship or not, if you right now as a woman, that's something that you desire, that's something that you want, you have to have that conversation.
Well, you know what I'm going to tell my ladies watching me, my want to be valued? We have to be truthful to each other, to ourselves. We have to be truthful to ourselves. If you start dating this guy And you know especially in the age between 25 to 35, you know, majority, I know not all women want to get married, but majority of women want to get married. You have to be true to yourself. When that guy asks you, where do you see this relationship in 5 years? Don't say, I don't know. If you want to get married, tell this guy that I see myself getting married to you. And listen to what this guy said. If this guy said, oh no, I don't think I want to get married in the next 5 years, believe that guy. Don't say you're going to change his mind. You have to believe him. So as a woman, we have to be true to ourselves. Don't deceive yourself, because you might be thinking you're deceiving your friend or the guy. Don't deceive yourself. If you want to get married and you start dating this guy, go straight to the point. Hey, we've been dating. I know I'm 35 or I'm 36 or I'm 25. In the next 5 years, the next 4 years, I want to get married. Go straight to the point and let this guy know your desire to get married. You want to see this relationship leads to marriage.
Well, I mean, even what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, but if you tell me in the next 5 years you want to get married, don't come back here too. I say I got 4 more years to go.
Well, I'm just saying, be honest to yourself.
Because I'm telling you the way our brain works. You said I got 5 years. And within that 5 years, if things not going according to plan, I get to say I'll change my mind.
Oh yes, as a woman too, within that 5 years, even though you say within can be next month I want to get married. But if you see this relationship,
but you told me 5 years though. You said the next 5.
Hey, you're not gonna drive the guy. You met him today and said I want to get married tomorrow. He will be like, even if it's my son, like he would be running.
No, the point I'm saying is it's not running. The point I'm saying is that too often in today's society, women don't require marriage. We as men, there are a lot of things that we can get without getting married. And if you don't require marriage in the beginning of the relationship, and that's not something that you even talked about, you didn't say anything about getting married in year 6 months, year 1. There are women today watching me, been talking to a guy for 6 months, talking to a guy for a year or 2 years, and you still don't know where you stand in that relationship.
Well, I tell that lady she have to sit down to herself and see where her life is going and what she wants in life. Because the thing, you don't want to live your life in regrets. Meaning, you have dated this guy for 5, 6 years. You waiting like, oh, I love him. You know, he loves me. We know we love each other, but I don't know where the relationship is. You have to know where that relationship is leading, where it's heading, and what you as a woman want to achieve from that relationship. Because in every relationship as a woman, 80%, I'm not talking, 80% of women, you dating somebody and you love that person. 80% of women want to get married. 80% of women want to see that relationship leads down the altar. So we have to be honest to ourselves.
All right. Well, as we get ready to close, several things I want to say today. This video, like I said, was done not to cast judgment. It was done not to
Judge anyone.
not to fix anybody's specific situation over the internet today. If that happens, praise God.
Amen.
But it was done to have conversations, for you to start having conversation. If you, as a man or as a woman, you're watching this video, you have to have conversation with the people that you're with. You have to also
be open.
Also
be honest.
Also be transparent. You also have to not only be transparent, I have to understand that if both of you guys want the same thing. And also if the person doesn't want the same thing that you want, is this person willing to compromise to give it for you to have it? If this person is not willing to compromise, are you willing to stay in this same stay in the relationship the way it is? Are you happy? And if you're not happy, then you may need to make some decisions and walk away. But as a man, I'm going to tell you like this. He can still marry you while he's going to school.
Yeah, if he loves you.
He can still marry you while he's financially unstable.
True.
If he can count on you. So those two, now these two reasons that we talked about today, school and financially stable, you can still get married and still work together and to finish that degree. You can still get married and work together and help each other be financially stable. And if you're living together with somebody, if they're good enough, they want you good enough to live with them, then you must ask yourself a question: what's the holdup? I mean, some of you guys, you already have kids. You probably bought a home together. You probably have watched this person go to school. I mean, you have done a lot of things, but yet this person have not went. You guys have not got married, and that's what you want. You have to ask yourself: do I want 10 years of this again? Do I want my kids to see me in this type of relationship? If that's not what you want, and also, does this man's fears or reason, is he honest, or is he just giving me the runaround? That's something that you have to decide.
Oh, okay. As a woman, right, I feel like we have to be honest from the starting of the relationship. When you start dating a guy, you meet this guy, be honest with yourself. Tell this guy what you want. I know certain women like, oh, I don't want to get married. Be honest, like, okay, I don't want to get married. I just want to date. And ask this guy what this guy wants to. That's another thing we have to be asking. Because I hear a lot of people like, oh, been talking for 6 months. I don't know if we're dating. How can you be talking to a guy for 6 months? You telling this guy every personal things, but you don't know if you guys are in a relationship. So one, try to figure out first what kind of relationship you guys are in, or what kind of relationship you want. If the guy just want to be a friend, make sure, and you don't want to be a friend, make sure you get that clear before you go. You spend 2-3 years or even 6 months, because for women we get too attached quickly. We fall in love so fast, and then we're like, oh, we've been dating now, we've been talking for 6 months, but I don't know where we are, and I'm in love with this guy. I don't want to just leave him. So basically, you just gotta be going with the flow. So you have to know where you are. And just like Pastor Michael said earlier, my allergies are killing me. Excuse me for that. Just like Pastor Michael said earlier, if a guy really loves you and want to marry you, being financially stable not going to stop him. Being in school not going to stop him to marry you. So if this guy love you, those are just excuses he's giving you not to be in a relationship with you, or not to be in a committed relationship. He just want to play around. And I believe that when you date a guy, the first, I would say 6 months or so, a guy will know if he want to marry you. He don't have to wait 10 or 20 years for him to know that you are the one. So as a woman, you have to really use your brain and think if this guy is worth it.
For somebody just joining, I see some people just joining. What we're discussing today is the reasons why your boyfriend or your fiance say he can't marry you right now, or why he can't marry you at all, what he's telling you. And one of the things that we discussed today was that he can't marry you until he's financially stable. He can't marry. The second one was he can't marry you until he finished school. Share the broadcast or type in the chat. What are your feedback? What do you think? And somebody is saying hi. Somebody saying hi. So share the broadcast. Share your question. Ask your questions. Feel free.
Feel free. And give us some of the reasons that your boyfriend have told you that he don't want to marry you,
or that you have heard in the past.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure we are going to get to that. But today we're only going to deal with those two. What I was going to say is that even if a man is saying that, he can't marry you right now until he's finished school, there will always be transparency.
Yes, he's open.
He will always communicate and show you what he's doing. Like I said earlier, if a man is not financially stable and you don't even know how much money he makes at his job, you don't know where he works at, and you don't know his dreams, and you don't know anything about his finance, you're not going to know what he's shooting for. And if a man is going to school, then, and he's saying he can't marry you until he finished school, you don't know his grades. You don't know what year he's in. You don't know
what he's doing. Is he doing his PhD? Is he doing double PhD? So you gotta see all that.
You don't know what semester. You don't even know. You don't even know intimate details about his school. Then
stop wasting your time.
Then there are problems. And also, how long is this pressing program going to last? Because some people, they may be going to try to go to nursing school, right? And we know that nursing school is one of the most difficult programs to get in.
Is he doing full-time, part-time, 1 classes a day? So what's the time? I'm being honest. What's the time limit? Because as a woman and you're 35, you can't just sit there and say, oh, I'm waiting for this guy to finish school. Even if he's doing his associate, but he's taking 1 class a semester, when is he going to finish for you guys to get married? So that's another thing you should ask yourself. Yes.
They say the audio is good.
Okay.
Thank you, Minister Cole, for the feedback. But no, I mean, it could be that this man, that he's in the nursing program, and if he's not passing the class, he has to wait till the following year.
As a woman too, you have a biological clock that is ticking. So are you willing, unless if you're rich now, you can freeze your egg and say, I'm waiting for this guy. But if he is taking forever to finish college, before he finishes, that's the time he's going to marry you, and you are 35 years old, just keep thinking, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and he's still in algebra anatomy 2, and he's not even in the program yet. So you gotta think, is this guy worth waiting for?
I mean, I could be the woman could be in their 20s and still don't want to wait. This ain't got nothing to do.
Well, in your 20s, you have time to, when you're in your 20s, I'm not saying you rush and stuff, but you have time to play around. I would say play around.
What because you play around? Let's be clear. This is internet.
I said play around.
Break this down, please.
Play around as a woman, like maybe you too, you pursuing your career.
Okay.
You too, you trying to find yourself. You too trying to do something with your own life. That's what I mean. Play around.
She's not about to get me messed up here on this live.
That's why I said play around. If you're in your 20s.
I know what
but if you're in your 30s, 31, 32, and this guy said, I cannot marry you till I finish college, till he finished college, and you are 35, and you notice he have 4 more years to go, and you don't have no kids, you have to you don't have time to play around, because you as a woman, maybe you finish school or you just working, you have your career going on. The only thing you're waiting for now is to walk down the aisle and be Mrs. Esquire and start having kids. How long are you going to wait? So you have to really sit there and say, is this guy worth waiting for? Is this guy worth my time? Even if this guy worth waiting for, is this guy serious enough? Are we in a committed relationship enough that if I wait for him, is he going to end up marrying me?
Okay.
Because, yes, you can wait. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying leave the relationship. You can wait for the guy if you love him, if he loves you. But love is not the concrete thing for you to hold on to. When you get married, it's not all about love. You have to have something else. Is this guy, his words, is whatever he said, did he hold on to his word? Because you don't want to wait for him, after 5 years, for him to finish college or for him to finish his master's or PhD, and all of a sudden he tells you, I cannot marry you anymore. You're gonna run crazy as a woman. Meaning, not crazy, but you're gonna get so mad. Even the next guy coming, you're gonna pull all your anger on that guy because it's like, I've been waiting for this other guy for him to finish. As soon as he finished, he left me. So you're gonna put your frustration, your anger on the next guy. So you have to really sit down and think like, is this guy worth it? Is he gonna really marry me when he finished the school? Is he really gonna be with me when he accomplish whatever he's doing?
I see.
Hey.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying, hey, after he get this money, after he finish school, he gonna find somebody else.
Yes. And maybe if you guys are really in a serious relationship, maybe you might be even pitching in for him, like, hey, here's some gas money to go to school. So he won't be working that much so he can concentrate. So you pitching, you giving him money, you giving him food, and all of a sudden he tells you that, oh, now I finished with the school, I can't marry you.
All right. All right, so you're talking about make sure wherever you invest in, it's worth it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we have been talking about the men a lot. So let me give you some of the reasons as a man.
Share the broadcast.
As a man, why I may not want to get married. Listening, why some men probably don't.
Financial.
She said financially stable. As a man, if I'm with this woman and I know her lifestyle, her lifestyle, she like good taste. And I can't maintain that lifestyle. I'm going to be watching. I'm not going to be rushing. I like you. You look good. But at the same time, I know if I make this decision, it's going to cost me. And I know for sure when you got kids or after we got kids, I have to be depending on the type of man he is, I have to be the provider. I can't afford this marriage right now with this amount of money I'm making. So, hey, I'm putting that on the sideline. And not only that, I'm trying to go to school. I'm trying to become all I want to become. If I get married right now, I can't be focusing. The marriage is going to take my focus. And if I get married right now, I don't have time to make that kind of commitment right now. I want to achieve my dreams, and being married is something that's going to put me on the sideline. And as a man, there's nothing wrong with that. But as a woman, now you got to make a decision with it.
So that's what I say. So as a man, if you know that, please do the lady a favor and let her go. And tell her like, hey, babe, I really do love you, but for now, I cannot take care of you. And when I finish school, if you're still available, I can come back. But let her go. Don't lead her. Don't lead her to a place that you know that down in your heart, you're not going to be a millionaire tomorrow for you to take care of her. So let her go. Lose her. And as a woman, to be smart enough to leave. If you guys are meant to be, he will come. But don't sit down and say, oh, I'm going to wait on him. And you know deep inside your heart that this guy not going to be a millionaire tomorrow. So let her go. Be honest.
All right. Well, in closing, thank you all for joining us today. Like I said, this was a short video. We just want to talk about those two reasons. There are more reasons to come. But we are not going to discuss this today because it's past time. But what I will say is today is wherever you are, as a man or as a woman, you should not feel pressure to get married. That's one. And number two, if you are in a relationship, you must do things God's way. Because if you don't do things God's way, you end up creating unnecessary stress for yourself, unnecessary problems. And most importantly, you might mess around and waste your youth. And then later on in life regret it. So make sure you invest wisely. Number three, make sure that the person that you are with, you are honest with each other, you are transparent, and you have the same goal. You are going to the same place. And if you are not going to the same place, then you need to make some decision. You may have to cry. You may have to break up.
Better cry now till it's too late.
Oh, let's not be bearing bad news. Having this conversation with your partner today will bring change in your relationship and will lead to the results or the outcome that you want. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Thank you, Pastor Michael. We really appreciate you for popping in Woman to Be Valued today. and telling them or asking them what are some of the reasons their boyfriend or their fiancé have given them why they don't want to get married. So we thank you for coming. We'll be coming up talking. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestion, leave it in the comments. This is Woman to be Valued. And Woman to be Valued is part of Purpose Focus Ministry. Pastor Michael Kamara. Check us out in Landis, North Carolina. It's 20 minutes from Charlotte, 15 minutes from Canapolis and Concord. So come in, and if you need any counseling, any advice about what we just spoke about, shoot us an email and we can schedule a session with you. But as a woman, I'm telling you, know your worth. And know if this guy is worth waiting for. Because you don't want to live your life in regrets. You don't want after certain years you sitting down regretting like, oh, I'll waste my youth, I'll waste my life. Because I've seen people waste their life just waiting on this guy to get financially stable, just waiting on this guy to finish school. Because some people never finish school, they're gonna keep learning. And some people, they're waiting like they want to be a millionaire before they get married to you. And if they're not doing anything to become a millionaire, do not waste your life. Use your brain, my woman to be valued. Thank you all for watching Woman to be Valued. This is Roseline E. Kamara. Bye-bye.
All right. God bless.